hush, babe. Let mommy record this real quick, please. Peace, this is Star with the Star Blooms. I wanted to share this because I feel like it's something that's happening on like a grand scale that we're all having the opportunity to perceive, yet we may not necessarily be allowing it to actually be as grand as it is, because it should be on a grand scale, because it's actually been put on a grand stage at this point. A lot of us are engaging with twins, two sides, of a different corn. However, they could have been the same. And what I'm saying is, this goes into the divine unions. This goes into karmic connections that we make, y'all. Um, Excuse me, scratching my nose and stuff. Um, what's happening on like a grand scale is we're witnessing the outcome from the twin who played the game and got played in it. We're watching the twin who was played in the game, woke up in the game, mastered learning in the art of playing, yet they're still en route out of the game. They're saying that this is happening on so many levels. One, and it might be weird to look at it this way, but it's one that could actually be digested because we've seen them and we're seeing them and perceiving them in real time. Orlando Brown and Raven Simone. They were both introduced to us collectively together. Um, Not exactly, but a little bit. You get what I'm saying? On a grand scale, one appears to be out of it. Both of them are playing a game. Both of them were intended upon, preyed upon. However, one became a programmer. I'm hearing Stockholm Syndrome. Basically, being at a rate to where I understand that even though we may not always know what's occurring with us, we do have the ability to wake up in it. And we could use our energy in ways to learn how to communicate balance and change in order for us to have the new beginning that we're requiring in family and even in family communication. And some things are happening on a grand scale for us because cosmically there is a layer of speech that is in resonance. There's a frequency that we're all able and capable of tapping into right now. However, some phrases will not sit well with you and within your spirit that will alter you or cause you to be in an altered state within self while in engagement on your path. If twins have been coming up to you, if you are a twin, if you were a twin in a twin transition, some of you are living in a space in a rate where one twin is operating in the so called dark and one twin is operating in the light. One twin is living, one twin has transitioned to basically live at a different rate. Um, True energy doesn't expire, it literally just transfers, which is why we always have the ability to access and connect, which is why I don't understand people who feel like um, being at a healed state and having the ability to see and perceive beyond the veil is issue, or it's like there's a lot of fear that's being put into the collective right now to make people feel like communicating with spirit is a derogatory thing because of the realization of familiar spirit. Familiar spirits are utilized by principalities and systems in order to be able to infiltrate divine and aligned chosen beings. It is done to control and move you emotionally. They will utilize your ancestors, people that you held near and dear, to be able to get into your dreams, to connect to you, to tether to you. And in lieu of this awareness, there are a lot of people who automatically jump to fear because they aren't understanding, are even willing to gain the footing that's necessary to be in representation of the truth. There's always things that will be in our spaces, in our environment, that has the ability to be derogatory and to be utilized as a negative measure against us. However, we're not at the rate of sacrificial. I don't know why I was about to say it a certain way. I don't know what that means, y'all. We're not at the rate to where we are sacrificing ourselves anymore to prove worthiness. Y'all seen and you're gonna be seeing a lot of things show up in the mainstream in lieu of condition and programming. However, because you've chosen to program, you are going to bypass a lot of the tethered threads that they're desiring for you. Do not be in fear of the truth in the polarity that is in occurrence with you. Some twins are enlightened. Both have aligned. Both are working in unison with each other, even if they appear to not be doing so. Do not force it to fit. This is not for everybody. This is only for those who have been calling out to a certain layer of understanding. Some things may be very tricky to be able to understand because a trickster spirit has been placed on the energy in order to allow fog and confusion to be the conclusion of a certain space. It's not necessary for you to engage with that. It's not necessary to you restrict access to things that are, yeah, in a limited belief space anyways. They won't reach you. Be the programmer. Be the one who wakes up in the game learning how to play the game. Recognizing that you've been played but your hands is clean. You've been pure at heart. Even if you made decisions previously, you didn't make decisions in agreement with, against yourself for somebody else's benefit. Peace. I hope this helps.